Hello everyone, I'd like to tell you about a new team comp that I came up with. This team comp is obscene. Yes, it involves Kazuha because I just got Kazuha. My Kazuha is level 69 right now. I have enough mats to ascend him to 80. However, I need to get him up to level 70 and I don't have anything to do that. So, until I either get some battle pass levels or I just get up enough resin to do the ley lines, because I have none right now and I cannot replenish it in any way, I'll just have to work with my level 69 Kazuha. I've partially built him. These are his artifacts. All of them are plus 20 except for this flower, so he's low on HP, but I don't have a good flower right now. This is just for the viridescent bonus. I wouldn't be getting it if it wasn't for the flower. The rest of my artifacts look like that. You can just pause it if you want to find one of them. And these are his stats. He has way too much crit rate to crit damage, so that's a problem. He has 482 elemental mastery. He's running an R5 iron sting, but it's level 60 because I cannot get it higher. So his base attack is somewhat low right now. This team involves Kazuha, of course, Bennett, Tartaglia, and a support of your choice, or sub DPS, or maybe even DPS, so you can run them with Tartaglia. Really, anyone can go here. But if they're a DPS, Kazuha pairs very well with DPSs who deal elemental damage. So that would be someone like Hu Tao would be okay. Although Bennett is counterproductive with her below 50 HP. The way you play her, you could also put in like Diluc, you could put in Kaching, Electro Kaching, not physical Kaching. You would want to put in Electro Kaching. I don't know, just DPSs who deal, like, elemental damage that isn't Animo or Geo. So any of them, like Klee, you know, any of those people. And then after that, you would be using supports. So like Mona, Fischl, I like running Fischl. You could run Beidou, Xiangling, Xingqiu, any of them. Any of the supports are very good in this team, as long as they, once again, support with elemental damage, although I don't think there's a physical support in the game, other than I guess if you're running support Eula, but at that point you're just too dumb, and I don't even understand why you would be doing that. Let me go over to Magu Kenki, because it's appropriate. How this team works is you can use it a couple of different ways. Oh yeah, there's this bug where my Magu Kenki doesn't respawn unless I exit and reopen the game. Yeah, so there's a couple of ways you can use this team. The way I like to use it is, so I use Bennett's ult first, hit him with Bennett. Kazuha, I use either his ult or his E, or both. Then I use Tartaglia because he's going to get constant vaporizes, because the enemy is going to be consistently afflicted with Pyro. I like to swirl Pyro with this team, but the other way you can do that, and I'll show you, is you can, like, say, shoot the enemy with Tartaglia a couple times, and then you use Kazuha's E. Let me do that again, because it didn't charge his ult. Okay, so then you use Kazuha's E, and then you use his ult, and it'll absorb the Hydro, and if it doesn't, you have to make it absorb the Hydro. Then, after that, you use Bennett ult, and it didn't work there because you know, he warped out of the area. But why you'd want to swirl Hydro, and why you're wondering why wouldn't you get just the elemental mastery boost, is because when you swirl Hydro, not the elemental mastery, but why wouldn't you want to just constantly vaporize? The reason you swirl Hydro is because of Kazuha's talent that he unlocks at level 7 when you send him past level 60s, this one, that you get a 0.04% elemental damage bonus to their corresponding. So when you absorb with Hydro, let me find a target dummy. I'm going into the viridescent domain, and I'm going to show you how Kazuha's talent works. The talent that he unlocks at level 60, I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but it increases the elemental damage bonus of all party members by 0.04 or 004 of his elemental mastery. I'm going to plop down Fischl's E, so that's how he'll get the swirls. And here we go. So that's one swirl right there. And if you can see, everyone that has Electro, so Fischl, will have boosted Electro damage. Now I do have an Electro Cup on her, but you can see 80% Electro damage. Kazuha has a 19% Electro damage bonus, right? And if he swirls again, see, he swirled there, like once or twice, he gets more. Wait, no, this doesn't stack. Never mind, this doesn't stack. I thought it would stack, but no. You can swirl different things. You can swirl different things and it'll pick up on different things. So you could say you could swirl fire, and then you could swirl water or electro, and the effects would like give everyone of anything, like hydro or electro, would also give them boosted damage. The great thing about Kazuha is that as long as you have 2 elements that you want to react, like here I have pyro, hydro, and electro. I want all of those elements to react. So I can basically use Kazuha for, say, Bennett, because Bennett isn't able to affect opponents by pyro off the field. So that's what Kazuha does, if he didn't die. What Kazuha is able to do is he's basically able to take over for the off-field. Bennett isn't giving him the hydro. Kazuha is. So this is allowing Tartaglia to consistently vaporize, or it was until it went out. The way this team works is that you take Bennett, who boosts attack mainly, and use Kazuha to swirl the fire off of Bennett so that you have off-field fire. And if you don't want to do that and you can swirl, and you want to swirl hydro, you could switch Fischl out for someone like Xiangling, who does have off-field pyro application. So she's very good for this team, especially if you want to swirl the hydro element and not the pyro element, so you can use Bennett for his attack buff and give Tartaglia the extra elemental damage bonus, as well as being able to vaporize the whole time. I do recommend swirling the pyro. Yes, I do recommend swirling the pyro if you have Kazuha's Constellation 2, I believe is what it is. Because Kazuha's Constellation 2, yes. So, whenever he uses his ultimate, he will increase his elemental mastery by 200 and everyone else's elemental mastery by 200. And that's why I would recommend swirling it with swirling with pyro so you get more reactions, because then you can add like Fischl on the team or an electro users if you're using Tartaglia, because then you can get a bunch of elemental mastery on Tartaglia, and when he triggers those electro charge reactions and the vaporize reactions, he hits very, very hard and does a lot of damage with Kazuha's C2. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you that really cool team comp. It's incredible. I think it does really cool stuff, and it's really fun to use. So, thanks for watching, and whenever I see you, I'll see you.